Aloha, hi Vibe Tribe. It is Pink Bella. Welcome back to my channel. I'm recording this transmission and messages for all of us today on the 5th of July. We are in the midst of the Lionsgate, the 777 Stargate Sirius portal, and it's super, super powerful. I'm saying Lionsgate because this is the Lyran aspect that has been working with me since the spring, and we are preparing actually for the Lionsgate. But the energies right now are super intense. Depending on where you are on the planet, we are receiving massive, massive light code upgrades and activations. This is expanding our consciousness. It is clearing out old emotions, old traumas. It's bringing them up to the surface to heal. It's clearing out ancestral energy and bloodline patterns and imprints, and it's helping us all move into another level of our mastery, leveling up. So welcome everyone, welcome all starseeds, lightworkers, empaths, 144,000 divine unions, twin flames to this transmission for the 777 Sirius Stargate. And this is a very, very powerful gateway, one of the most powerful ones of the year. And we are receiving light code activations from the Great Central Sun, which is part of the Sirius star constellation, to help us all at this time. So thank you, everyone, all my new subscribers and everyone who's been with me. You High Vibe Tribe, you're amazing. Thank you for liking and sharing out this video. And also thank you for subscribing as well. Especially those of you who are new. I'm really, really grateful for all the new subscribers. So I have a transmission for us today from the Sirius constellation team of light. And what I did was I set up this session for us today. I went to Prime Source Creator and asked for the Sirius galactic team of light to come in and share what they wanted me to share with all of you to help us all. And then I have some cards. I'm not going to pull cards today. I did pull 3, but I've got a lot of messages for us, and they just guided me and showed me which cards to show. These cards are all light encoded, cleared. They're going to activate you at a cellular soul level to help you with this journey. Okay. So right off the bat, I am getting a little bit of interference. It's more like focus now for me. So I'm just going to spray. I'm just going to call in Prime Source Code. I'm just going to ask that everyone be a level of protection around everybody who's watching or whenever you listen to this, and that it's safe to be here. It's safe to be here as a group to gather and prepare for this very, very sacred journey to the Lionsgate. So the focus has been on me since last week. Different than last year. Now what's happened is, because I'm working with Prime Source Creator directly and asking that quantum energy to bring to me the guides of a high frequency that are, out of the grid system, the other energy just focuses on me, and what they're trying to do is just let me know that they're here, and that's okay. We acknowledge them, because they are actually helping us all level up, whether they realize it or not. So who am I? My name is Pink Bella, also known as Tracy. I'm a 12th to 22nd dimensional quantum AKASHIC reader, healer. I clear AKASHIC records for many of you and for myself on a daily basis. And I also help us learn a little bit more about our meridian system, our chakra system, the dimensions, the councils that we're all working with, and help as I level up. Hopefully I help all of you level up, and vice versa as well. So I started on this journey many, 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 many years ago now. Please, for all of you who are new, go and check out my playlist, because I have a whole Blu-ray Starseed playlist. I have a playlist for Twin Flames. A video came to me from 2 years ago, and again around this Stargate. This Stargate has been a very intense time for me, even when I wasn't consciously aware of it. So just a mini overview. I learned that I was a starseed when I went for a reading in 1997. In 2017, I was guided by the Palladian and the Sirius constellation galactic teams to start sharing about this online. And I've helped many of you level up and get on your soul mission. So I'm super grateful for all of you. I'm super grateful for this journey. And how is this year different than the previous years? It's still intense. We're all still leveling up. For some of you, you're moving into a higher chakra system, another version of your higher self, all sorts of things. But the clearing is intense right now. And that's what I want to talk about and share with you all today. And as we share, as you listen to this light encoded message, hopefully this will help you through the gateway and in the coming days, weeks, and months as well. Okay. So the last transmission, please check that out if you haven't watched it. It was specifically for Blu-rays and Blu-ray starseeds and how we're all unifying with that Blu-ray frequency for the Lionsgate. But today I want to talk about, and they're going to channel in information through me as a liaison, as a galactic liaison, to assist all of you and to assist me as well. So thank you everyone who's been booking sessions and reaching out to me, because as we share, as I channel in information for the sessions and we do healing and clearing, we're really releasing ourselves from parts of the matrix grids that we didn't even know existed. So there's all sorts of grid systems that we're slowly, it's like being in a web that we're slowly untangling ourselves from, not just from this life, but for our ancestors, for previous beings that have been on this planet that were not cloaked, that were Team D, and we're unraveling ourselves from those grids. So just in the last week and a half, I received information about the Anunnaki and the grids that we've been sort of attached to. So I've been releasing myself from that. Also, pay attention to your dreams right now. We have a lot of planets retrograde, and we're getting a lot of key messages in our dream time. To receive those information, to receive those insights, set intentions before you go to sleep, asking for insights to remember your dreams. And if you don't remember, ask that you be given the message in the morning, or that messages come to you the following day. You know, whatever works for you. Do you receive signs? Do you receive music? I've been actually waking up with sometimes with music. And what will happen is I will go and listen to that song because I haven't listened to it for a long time. So I personally have been clearing out timelines for myself and my ancestors. Wow. Like I think last week it was for my mother's lineage, and it was around a key time frame was around the early 70s. Then another message came in about my father's lineage. It came in this morning, and it was so fascinating. And although I didn't get to see either one of them, they were part of the movie. There was references to them as well, but it was almost as if I was watching the movie. So what I got this morning was, and I did some clearing for myself, for my ancestors, for my bloodlines. We have this massive opportunity to just wipe out hundreds of thousands of years of imprints that our ancestors, so on and so on, have carried on, have been part of, have had imprinted within them. And I just feel so much lighter. I feel totally different just with it doing that this morning. So that's what I try and bring for all of you. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about, I wonder if I can do this. I wasn't able to set up a slideshow, but I did. Let me just see. It's still there. Hold on, everybody. It is still there. Okay. It's not perfect, but at least it's something we can look at. Okay. So this is a SIRIUS Stargate. The video is going to be called about mastery initiations that we're all going through at this time, and leveling up. And let's just talk about the 777, how powerful that is. So this doesn't happen very often. It's because 2023 adds up to a 7. So what does that mean? It means we have a massive opportunity to merge with our higher self, to merge with another level of our higher self, and to move into another level of our mastery. Okay. We're leveling up. We have an opportunity to level up. The next message I wanted to share with all of you is that the Sirius constellation, is part of our ancestry, part of the Blu-ray galactic initiations. Their great central sun is bringing light codes to our central sun. Our DNA and our everything is being changed and transformed through the solar flares, and then the Schumann resonance as well will show us what's going on the earth as well. But at some point we get to the stage where we just feel it, and then we check everything afterwards. Okay. So that super full moon in Capricorn, that was to start the ball rolling, to start to break down a lot of structures, personal, any traumas, memories, emotions. For me personally, I wasn't able to sleep for a couple of nights. The moon, it was a super full moon. It was very, very close to the earth. Plus, Capricorn is about old structures. It's also about a lot of the about the dark energy. So it started the ball rolling to start to bring things up. Now, this doesn't have to be painful, but it does sort of bring things up maybe that we've been suppressing as well. Okay, so first off, they wanted me to share about that, just that everything is expanding. We have an opportunity to expand our DNA to, to the next level, our chakras, our meridians, our cells, our atoms, moving from crystalline to plasma, light body. And then we also have an opportunity to heal and activate our Merkabahs to the next level as well. Okay. So the other thing that is happening is we're clearing massive timelines. We're collapsing personal timelines, ancestral timelines, and also the collective. So we're clearing and collapsing collective timelines as well. And this could be bringing out many, many things. So think about where you're at right now and what is your biggest focus. And this is for everyone to kind of go within and look and see what's on your mind right now. What is the biggest thing? If you could heal right now, what would it be? Would it be your health? Would it be more abundance, more prosperity? That sort of thing. Okay. So see what the flip side of that, see what your reality is right now. And just know that wherever you are right now, whatever you're not happy with, you can heal and transmute and transform. Okay. The second thing is that we are clearing out a lot of old energy, which is mainly, and if it's really intense, it's because it's multidimensional. It's from multiple lifetimes and timelines. Okay. Some of them not even on this planet. Some of these are galactic timelines. So some themes that have been coming forward for me personally and for sessions as well. This isn't just about me. I've actually been doing much better this year with them when I think about last year. Themes that have been coming forward have been clearing fear, stress, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, and Earth itself, the original game, because it is a game, was set up to be a massive post-traumatic stress disorder activation. And the other theme that's been coming in sessions is that for many of us, something happened in childhood, usually around the age of 5, which is super interesting. And maybe that could be because that's when we start remembering. But as children, including myself, we started to realize that we were in a game. We started to realize that we were on mission, and we started to go into fear because we realized that one of the themes that we came into to move through and to start to assist at this point in the game is the games that have been played to harm children. So we knew as children that this down here is not Disneyland, that there are a lot of things that we would be afraid of, and something would have been triggered then to make sure that we watched and took care of ourselves. And most of us maybe were with adults that didn't pay too much attention to us either, because they were all over the place too. There wasn't a lot of grounding, wasn't a lot of talk about energy. So the actual thing that happened for what the pattern in the series is that at age 5, something happened to remember. And it could even have been something as simple as someone saying something at the dinner table, watching something on TV, being taken somewhere and something odd. We're very sensitive and intuitive as children. So we all came in to heal a lot. And that's just been a theme. And yes, that has been part of the healing and clearing for recent sessions. We've been calling our soul essence back from those timelines. That's just an example. Okay. Let me just see. So the other thing is that as we're going through these initiations to level up, again, this is the ego versus the soul. And every time we level up, there still is another piece of the ego. There could be a spiritual ego as well. There's going to be a part of us that is not going to be happy with where we're at. It's not going to be happy with what we're doing. That is the ego. The ego is the part of us that does not want to accept what's going on and wants it to be better, which is great because that's a motivator. But we have to pay attention to that part of ourselves, because that's the part that derails us. All right. And it could be as simple as something as one day saying, I'm going to eat clean. The next day, next thing you know, and we're not judging ourselves for doing this, next thing you know, you've got a big bag of chips in front of you, and then you'll feel not great after that. So that's another thing that's shifting right now, as well as our bodies want cleaner food, less food, cleaner food, and lots of water. Okay. So even today, I brought me some water. I've been making sure I've got water in front of me. Okay. So there's that. So ask yourself which box are you in right now? What is the point that you would like to let go of? Is it impatience? Are you not happy with where the planet is? You want the movie to move along? Of course, we all do, but just notice that, and we'll talk about the tools that we can use to move us out of a box that we feel like we're in a loop and move into another level of our mastery. Okay, or is it poverty consciousness? Is it lack of money, lack of abundance? Is it post-traumatic stress disorder? Is it fear, stress, anxiety? Is it wanting something so badly, but it's not? Is it your twin flame? Is it something that you feel like you've been blocked and that the universe is against you? So the universe is not against you, but just we become, this is what came in this session, we become these very high frequency galactic observers, because what we're doing is we're healing and clearing our story within to release it. I always call it emptying the AKASHIC record backpack, so that we can move into a higher frequency and a different reality. Okay. So this is not a time for us to be focusing on what's going on in the outside world. This is a time for us to go within and accept the beautiful energy from the universe to help us level up. And the leveling up is allowing you, me, all of us to release ourselves from the old grids. Okay. There are multiple stories about this journey, what it might mean. But right now, what it means is that our hearts, our souls are returning home. They're returning back to Prime Source Creator. They're going through a remembering of why we came. They're allowing us to free ourselves from thousands and thousands of years of being harmed and abused, and or being part of that group, because that would have been part and parcel why we came back to heal it. So Earth is like one of the toughest schools on the galaxy, and we're here to heal multiple timelines and multiple lives. Okay, so that is one of the things I wanted to share about and what they wanted me to bring in. The other thing is that Archangel Michael and the Blue Ray Legions of Light were one of the first groups that I worked with. Okay, and that group came so let's go back. Let's go in the Wayback Machine. So since earlier this year, it probably started long before that, but earlier this year, I was guided to change my routine and to work with Prime Source Creator every morning and ask Prime Source Creator if I needed a group, an entourage to work with to bring in a transmission, that transmission would come from a certain group. So today it was Archangel Michael and the Legions of Light. And what's so interesting is, again, that is a frequency that's off planet. It's not part of the grids. It's not part of the matrix game, but it is accessible to us because it, as a blue ray with that frequency, that is family, that is soul family, but it's also part of Prime Source Creator. So Archangel Michael and Legions of Light have come in to also work with me today and to share with you as well that energy, that frequency is still available to you if you're in a lot of fear, stress, trauma. So the other really interesting thing is that I was guided to go to my website and resurrect, in a way, that session. So you will find that session at the top of my website, just below the quantum alignment session. So that is a really awesome session. If you're new to my work or any of this type of work, it is an Akashic reading and clearing with Archangel Michael and the Legions of Light. It focuses on clearing fear, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, brings in the blue rays, reading, chakra balance, all of that. So that is there. And that is a wonderful, if you feel like you're being followed or you're under a psychic attack, that's an amazing session. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. The other session, I'll just talk about this briefly. There's lots on my website, but specifically for these gateways came in the quantum alignment Akashic records sessions, and that will bring in multiple pieces for you each gateway. Okay, so you haven't missed the boat with the 777 gateway. Many souls are choosing to have a session after that, and then after the Lions Gate, and then after the 99 gateway. So you kind of got a session in between. So you can check that out as well. There's a bundle, and you can contact me below in the description box. Is how to get a hold of me. Email is there, website's there, and everything else that is happening at this time. So it's so interesting that Archangel Michael and Legions of Light came in and said, hey, that would be a great session for anyone new who's just starting off as well. Okay, so again, email me if you have any questions about all of that. But Archangel Michael and the Legions of Light were one of the first groups that I worked with a long time ago, consciously. I had been working with the Pleiadian emissaries of light for a while, but it felt like I didn't have any background around that. That seemed it seemed way out there, and I felt like I needed a group that had worked with me here on the planet multiple times. That ended up being Archangel Michael. And actually in 2012, when I went on my Healing My Atlantis journey, my lifetimes in Atlantis, Archangel Michael and Legions of Light were the main group, and they showed me that they had been with me in childhood, that they had been with me in Atlantis, that any lifetime, anytime I had felt stuck, that they were with me. So they were like my best friends, and they helped me with the Akashic work. They helped me unravel being a multidimensional being. So you might be working with the goddesses, you might be working with your higher self or certain angels, and there's nothing wrong with working with beings of light, guides, especially in the beginning, because how cool is it? I was just sharing about this day. How cool is it that we can have an entourage? And yes, we are in like this holographic experience. And yes, they, depending on where you are in your journey, they are also aspects within us, just like Prime Source Creator. But it's also nice to know that you can call them out and have them be part of your team, just like the lion aspects as well. Okay. All right. Perfect. So that's what I wanted to share about. So no matter what box you're in right now, you are being given an opportunity to let yourself out of the box. So just as an example, 3D is very slow. The movie has been very slow. And if you feel that you're in that box of when is it going to be over? So when we say something like, when is it going to speed up? So that is a time for you to go within and say, what can I do to make this okay for me right now? 1, accept what's going on. 2, surrender whatever you can't change to Prime Source Creator. And then go within and ask, what would be the best thing for me to raise my frequency right now? Is it my health? Is it music? Is it starting something new? Like, get passionate and excited. Remember to bring fun and joy back in. Okay. So I just heard, yes, I heard this message a while ago. Misery loves company. That there was a huge timeline huge timeline split on the solstice weekend, where many souls chose to go into suffering and misery. And misery does love company, and who likes to feed off that, right? So remember, yeah, if you need to get it out of your system, get it out. But just remember, we want to keep our frequency high, and we want to focus on what can I do. So if we're waiting, right, we're waiting for the outer world to catch up and change, or for something to happen, that's the time to go within and find something else that will raise your frequency and bring you joy. Okay. All right. So I think that that's it. All right. So I'm going to go into the cards. So let me just, okay. And 7s, by the way, the 7 in the tarot is the Chariot card. So that's fast movement forward. So we're using these gateways as an opportunity to level up, to accelerate up, and to release thousands of years of information for ourselves and our ancestors and bloodlines, which is something that we agreed to come in and do. It lightens our load, it lightens the collective load, and it helps you to release yourself from old grids. Okay. All right. So where to start? Oh, did I not? Okay. I kind of had them in a, all right. So I'm just going to go through them. So first off, let me just have a sip of water. If you didn't get a chance to watch the little video at the beginning for July, there's a little mini card reading for everyone who watches that, and those are specific messages for us for this gateway, and they were really awesome. So first off, we are going through a massive third eye leveling up and activation. And this morning I actually woke up with like my sinuses clogged up, as if and that's our pineal and pituitary gland expanding and releasing old programs. So we have an opportunity to ramp up our intuition and our guidance. This is also a massive starseed orientation and activation gateway for all of you. And for some of you as starseeds, you woke up this time last year, or you are in the process of going through more information coming in for you, okay? The next message that came in is this is a wonderful opportunity to activate more abundance, whatever that might be for you, something that you've been really wanting to manifest. All right, so that is an opportunity. There's the trees again too, to manifest more abundance in your reality. This card they wanted me to show with that. So this is connected to this gateway. This was given to me way back in 2017. The cards are older than that, and but this specific card is connected to our daily spiritual alignment for the Lion's Gate. So that's also part and parcel what this gateway is about. It's about us finding our sacredness every day and just being in the now moment, and you know, aligning with the Sirius star system and the Great Central Sun, and just receiving whatever you're supposed to receive at this time. Okay, so you can set intentions every day, but and Jophiel is about the soul star. She's that angelic energy about the soul star and about us leveling up. So again, we have an unbelievable opportunity to release thousands of years of suffering, misery loves company, lack, poverty, consciousness, post-traumatic stress disorder, all of it. All right. By the way, that was all of me in my mid-30s. And I would wake up in the morning and my body would be on high alert, and it also would be on high alert at night. So I still, because that was a pattern for so long, because that's our nervous system reacting to the reality down here, I still catch myself once in a while, but I have, like, you know, herbal things to take to calm everything down. All right. Okay. Next message. We are working on freedom. And that is our personal healing and clearing is freeing us from old belief systems, including it's in depending how you want to look at it. It's kicking that ego part, that program to the curb. It's integrating it, and it's freeing you from those old messages so you can level up. And this is about, Archangel Michael came in. This is about our sovereignty, our freedom. Our liberation from all the old messages as well. We all have, at this time, you're all going to be seeing a pattern, and you will be seeing a pattern for the next 4 weeks before the Lion's Gate of what you're working on to heal and release and let go of. Okay. Now this is fascinating. The Earth Star came in twice. This is that we're going through. We have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to go through such a massive leveling up and evolution, and incorporate some type of stillness and nature as part of your spiritual toolbox through the next couple of weeks as well. Okay. Now we get into the good part. So this is a representation, says inspiration. This is a representation of all the light codes flooding the planet right now from the Great Central Sun and our sun. So there are going to be some intense solar flares and DNA activations. Okay. And then Archangel Michael wanted me to show this card. All major portals are open, but if you live anywhere where there's mountains, they're open too. They're a portal as well. Look at that word, patience. So this is going to be, what are the light codes doing? They're not just bringing in love and light. They're bringing anything up to the surface that we came in to work on, like impatience. I would say 99% of us as starseeds are impatient. And I figured that out a long time ago with me. So I recognize it, I observe it, and then I figure out a way to move through it. All right, we'll talk about that in a minute. We're also, it says cleansing. Drink lots of water, spend time by water, showers, sea salt baths. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's true, because water, we are water, and it changes us, and it's such a high frequency. Water is such a high frequency to align our energy and to raise our vibration. However, it's also, you can say affirmations in the water and drink it, and that will help you as well. Some of you also might be going through a calling to do some type of detox or change what you're eating. And that's what's been happening with me as well. So we'll talk more about that in the future, but just to let you know, listen to your body. Our bodies want high frequency foods, lots of water, and it doesn't want the other stuff anymore. Okay. So just really pay attention to that. The ego wants the other stuff, but our soul and our physical avatars want clean, high vibrational food and water now. Okay. The other message that I was showing is the planetary cycles. We have a few big planets that are retrograde now, and we're going to be having a few more. Neptune just changed retrograde, I believe. Okay, there's one more going retrograde at the end of the month, and I've just forgotten at this time. And then Chiron is going retrograde. So we're going to have quite a few planets retrograde, but after the Lionsgate. So that impacts all of our chakras. And that also, yeah, we're multidimensional galactic hybrids now. So the planetary movements are going to impact us. So quite often when something changes and I feel like that door has closed, I will go look at the astrology to see what's going on. Overall, what are we doing? We're becoming sovereign, and we want to go through liberation and freedom from all of the old programs. And again, all the light codes coming in are bringing everything to the surface to heal, both individually and collectively. Okay, so here are two, I've talked about this before, but here are two of the superpowers that are going to help you move out of suffering and misery loves company. Okay, first off is just forgiveness. Just forgive yourself and everyone that things haven't really rolled out the way you thought. But it's also a reminder, and this is what Archangel Michael and the Legions of Light shared with me ages ago. We've all played on all sides of the team, and it's hard to believe sometimes. I'm getting something in my solar plexus. It's hard to believe that, but we have. So we're not to judge what's going on. Say a prayer, set an intention, surrender it to the universe, and be conscious of what you're sharing verbally, what you're writing, because that is also creating a reality for you. Okay. So what I like to do is if I need to write something out, I burn it because it's between me and the creator. And then I burn it to let it go. All right. So that's just a little trip. So forgiveness is one of our superpowers. As soon as we find it in our heart and soul to forgive whatever, that will be able to be released, and it liberates you. It frees you. Okay. The second one is gratitude. Being grateful every single moment for whatever you have in your reality. Do you have a roof over your head? Do you have access to clean water? That sort of thing. That's going to bring you back into your heart. The misery and the suffering shuts the heart chakra down, throws you into a lower frequency and timeline. Gratitude opens the heart and starts everything to bring back to you. Okay. So isn't that fantastic? Absolutely. All right. So now I pulled a few more cards for us. And for the 777 SIRIUS Stargate. Okay. First off, we received, this is an AKASHIC Stargate. So visualize that you, me, all of us are going through these great portals. Yes. Wish that humanity, that the earth, the collective, that whoever needs to wake up and be conscious makes it. But this is a point of, it's to align you with your highest timeline. It's to align you with your soul mission and your purpose. And it's giving you a crossroads. There's no wrong path, but you're being given multiple doorways to go through. So choose wisely. All right. Second message. This is an opportunity to clear karma, karmic board clearing for yourself, for your bloodlines, for your ancestors. Energetic clearing, rewriting your story, living your truth. Oh, by the way, twin flames, I was given today, I'll probably do a video on this. I was given today that some of the imprints and ancestral healing and clearing we're doing is not just for our earth family and ancestors now, but also lifetimes that we've had on the twin flame journey. Yes, that was some of the clearing that I did for myself today. Next message, Sword of Light. There are multiple stories out there that we don't need this and we don't need that, but isn't it nice to know that we're these galactic light warriors like Jedis, and that we have all these different tools in our toolbox to help us? So this is divine protection to cut cords and break through the energy, break on through. So again, call on something like Archangel Michael, the Legions of Light, call on the dragons, transmute what we can, and then ask for assistance if you're not sure what to do, and you can call in your sword of light. All right. Then finally, what they wanted me to show is that we are going through a Merkaba activation, a Merkaba healing and leveling up, and you can also use the word Stargate. So we're going through a Stargate, but we're also Stargates as well. So Merkaba activation, transcendence, ascension, you are rising up. All right. So for the soul that asked if the stargates are collapsing, in a way, yes. So I believe like there's always a little bit of truth to everything. I'll do a deep dive on this coming soon. But in the meanwhile, right now, our role is our personal role to level up and to heal. And my message that I got today was to focus on my health. My health is the priority right now. Some of you might be getting the same message, okay? But are things collapsing? Yes. Are old stargates collapsing? Yes. But new ones are forming, and we are stargates. Isn't that unbelievable? Yeah. So thank you for listening to this wonderful transmission. Everyone have a beautiful 777 gateway. I will see you on the other side. Please comment below with how you're doing, where you're from, and hopefully this transmission helped you as well. Thank you for sharing it out. Love and aloha from Pink Bella. Again, if you would like to book any of the offers, contact information is below. And the other information that's below is all of my social media as well. See you all very, very soon. Love and aloha. Mahalo nui loa from Pink Bella. Take care.